win another close game, another back-and-forth game after yesterday they trailed 4-3 heading into the bottom half of the seventh inning, scoring 4 to go on and win that game 7-4. Not the same type of game here tonight, but really a similar type of situation where they had a close game, really felt like a playoff type of game. Pretty good pitching all the way around. Bullpens, respectively, were doing a good job. And then Jake Cronenworth, lefty on lefty, leading off that bottom half of the eighth inning, sends one out into the Crone zone, into right field, and the Padres go on to win this game 4-3. There is a lot to discuss. We'll have all the radio highlights for you. We'll also hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt and much, much more to come. But again, Jake Cronenworth, his first home run of the season, a big one, go-ahead solo shot in the eighth inning, and I caught up with Jake on the field just moments ago. Jake, bottom half of the eighth inning, a tie game, lefty on lefty. You get ahead 1-0. How were you able to get that one out?
Yeah, I think, information the guys told me the inning before, just how the pitch is moving, and I think seeing them yesterday helped as well.
Another sold-out crowd. How would you describe having that kind of moment in front of this crowd here tonight?
Yeah, it's just awesome to be back with the fans, and, they show up for us, and, we try to do that for them.
As far as this team early on, 2 games, you come from behind yesterday, break a tie in the eighth inning today, close wins, a lot like what we saw last year. What is the key to winning those types of games?
I think it's just the way we're playing, man. We're being aggressive on the base pass, balls in dirt. Guys are having really, really good at-bats, putting the ball in play. We're moving runners and playing really good defense.
Finally, the bullpen once again, scoreless. How good is it to have a pen like that?
Yeah, man. I mean, they've been doing obviously an incredible job yesterday. They had to come in early, and some of those guys that threw yesterday came in today and also did a great job. So, I mean, you just got to win by one, and that's what we did.
Jake, awesome moment here tonight. Thanks so much.
Thanks, man.
That was Jake Cronenworth, the hero here tonight. Solo home run, go-ahead shot against the lefty and Dylan Lee in the bottom half of the eighth inning, gave the Padres a 4-3 lead. They go on to win by that final score. Taking a look at the bullpen, and we'll get more into it as the post-game coverage rolls along, but taking a look at the bullpen, what a job once again here tonight. Adrian Morajón, Jeremiah Estrada, Jason Adam, Robert Suarez combining for 4 2/3 scoreless innings tonight. So you look at the first 2 games of this season, that's now 10 scoreless innings with just 1 hit given up through the first 2 games of this season. I mean, just terrific work. We said it on the post game last night. The Padres don't win that game yesterday if the bullpen can't keep the deficit at 1. And here tonight, the Padres don't win this game if the bullpen can't keep the game tied. We'll get deeper into what Dylan Cease did. He allowed 3 earned runs in 4 innings and a third. But look, games like this, against teams like this, I mean, look, they got 2 more games left in this series. Saturday and Sunday. Yes, Saturday and Sunday. Losing track of what day it is out of spring training here. Saturday and Sunday. Padres now have a nice opportunity to get a really nice series win to begin the year in a 4-game set. But the first 2 games of this series, of this season, you have to really like what you've seen from the Padres bullpen, from the Padres offense. They went a little quiet in the middle innings here tonight, but early on it was more the same, stringing hits together. Fernando Tatis Jr. hits a leadoff home run. We'll hear that highlight in our next segment, but you have to like what they've done so far. Padres now 2-0 on this very young season, and the Braves drop to 0-2. A lot to do on our post-game coverage. When we come back, we have all the radio highlights for you, plus a little bit later, we'll hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt. We'll get to your phone calls coming up a little bit later as well at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973, the phone number to call. A lot to do from Petco Park as the Padres win it here tonight, 4-3 behind a Jake Cronenworth go-ahead home run in the 8th inning. We're back in a moment on the Padres Radio Network. Padres win it here tonight, 4-3 against the Atlanta Braves. Jake Cronenworth, a go-ahead home run in the 8th inning, propelling the Padres to their second consecutive win to begin the 2025 season. Sam Levitt with you here inside the loft at Petco Park, inside the Western Metal Building. People still here having a good time, enjoying this Friday night. Another sold-out crowd here tonight. Second sellout already this season, 41,000 plus in the building as we welcome you back into our Jamul Casino Resort post-game show. Hey, player, when it comes to giving you what you want, Jamul Casino Resort isn't playing around. It's way more than a place to game. It's a place where you can stay and play in every possible way. Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place. We'll hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt coming up in just a little bit. We'll take your phone calls coming up a little bit later as well. But this was another really good ball game. Yesterday we called it a playoff feel type of game, even though it was opening day. And to be honest with you, this game 2 of this series, had a similar feel. Really back and forth, well pitched at times, timely hitting, big moments. Kind of felt like an October game, even here in late March. Let's recap this one from start to finish.
Which moments determine the outcome of today's game? We'll paint you a picture with our game highlights on the Padres Radio Network.
Right-hander Dylan Cease took the mound for the Padres tonight. He worked around a one-out double in the top of the first inning. In the bottom half, Reynaldo Lopez took the mound for Atlanta. Fernando Tatis Jr. led off, and he wasted no time.
Fernando Tatis Jr. leads off, swings at the first pitch, and hammers a no-doubter to left field. Home run, Fernando. Padres take a 1-0 lead, one pitch into the bottom of the first inning. First home run of the year for Tatis, leading off for the second consecutive day, and a leadoff home run.
The 12th leadoff home run of Fernando Tatis Jr.'s career. Cease struck out 2 in a perfect top of the second. In the bottom half, the Padres threatened. There were runners on first and third with 2 men away for Martin Maldonado.
Lopez ready, Hayward runs, the pitch is lined into center field and a base hit. RBI knock for Martin Maldonado, his first in a Padre uniform. Bogarts crosses the plate, and the Padres lead it 2-0.
So a 2-0 Padre lead after Maldonado hit an RBI single. Cease continued to cruise. He struck out the first 2 batters in the top of the third, but then Jerkson Profar hit a 2-out single. Cease walked Austin Riley. He walked Matt Olson to load the bases. So all of a sudden, a big-time threat for Atlanta. That brought up Marcell Ozuna.
Padres have a 2-0 lead with the Braves with the bases loaded here in the third inning. And Ozuna swings at the first pitch, grounds it into right field, a base hit. Cronenworth dove, couldn't get there. Profar has scored. Riley's right behind him. It's a 2-run single, and now a 2-2 game here in the third.
Cease then struck out Ozzy Albies to end the inning and strand a pair of base runners. In the bottom of the third, Lopez got the first 2 outs, but then Jackson Merrill singled. Jake Cronenworth walked. There were runners on first and second for Xander Bogaerts.
And a 1-1 hard hit up the middle into center field and a base hit. Merrill rounding third. He's going to score. Cronenworth heading into third. Xander to second to throw the tag. Not in time, an RBI double. And the Padres back in front. It's 3-2.
So the Padres had a 3-2 lead after 3. Padres scoring once in the first, once in the second, and once in the third. Cease was still working with a 3-2 lead as he took the mound for the top of the 5th inning, but then it was Jarred Kelenic who led off for Atlanta.
And Kelenic launches towards the right field corner and gone. First row Petco porch. A line drive home run. And Kelenic's first hit of the year is a game-tying shot, leading off here in the 5th inning.
And here's where things really settled down in this game. Cease would go 4 innings and a third, allow the 3 runs. The score stayed tied at 3 for a while. Adrian Morejon finished the 5th and pitched the scoreless 6th inning, stranding the go-ahead run at third base. Jeremiah Estrada pitched the scoreless top of the 7th inning. He stranded the go-ahead run at third base as well. Jason Adam then proceeded to strike out 3 batters in a scoreless top of the 8th. All the while, the Padres weren't scoring either. So we went to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Left-hander Dylan Lee returned to the mound for Atlanta after pitching a 1-2-3 bottom half of the 7th. It was Jake Cronenworth who led off in a tie game.
1-0. Cronenworth hits it high and deep to right field. Kelenic's going back. He's at the wall. Looks up. It's going to go! Jake Cronenworth with a go-ahead home run leading off in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Padres are back ahead. It's 4-3.
A sold-out crowd here at Petco Park going wild, 41,000 plus in the building. The Padres had a 4-3 lead. Jake's second hit of the night, as the crowd here inside the loft goes nuts hearing the home run call from Jesse Agler. We love it. 4-3, Padres led after 8 innings. That brought on Robert Suarez, his second save opportunity in as many days in the top of the 9th inning. Suarez got a ground out from Drake Baldwin. He got a line out to center field off the bat of Nick Allen. So the Padres led 4-3. There were 2 outs and nobody on. The game was left up to Atlanta's Jared Kelnick.
The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3, went back to the changeup and got him. And Suarez, a 1-2-3 9th inning to pick up his second save in as many games to begin the season. Jake Cronenworth's homer in the 8th wins it. And the Padres 4, the Braves 3 here in Game 2 of the 2025 season.
2 days, 2 games, and 2 very, very nice wins. The Padres improved to 2-0. Braves dropped to 0-2. Final totals here tonight for San Diego: 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. For Atlanta, 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher tonight, Jason Adams, scoreless 8th inning. The losing pitcher was the lefty Dylan Lee, who gave up the go-ahead home run to Jake Cronenworth. And the save to Robert Suarez, his second of 2025 in 2 games. Padres win it 4-3 here tonight. When we come back, we'll hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt. Plus, a little bit later, we take your phone calls, 833-288-0973. We also have a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Much, much more to do on a Friday night here in downtown San Diego. Padres win another. They're now 2-0 on this very young season. More after this on the Padres Radio Network. Back here at Petco Park, the Padres win it here tonight, 4-3, the final score, as the Padres improve to 2-0 on this very, very young 2025 season. Padres getting a go-ahead home run from Jake Cronenworth in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Cronenworth's first home run of the season gave the Padres a 4-3 lead, and then Robert Suarez locking it down with a 1-2-3 9th inning, and that was it here tonight. Padres have won the first 2 games of this season opening 4-game series against Atlanta. Sam Levitt with you here on the Jamul Casino Resort Padres post-game show. Before we hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt, just a quick couple of things from this game in case you're just getting in your car on the way home. Dylan Cease, up and down outing, his first of the year, 4 innings and a third, 3 earned runs given up. He allowed 4 hits. He did walk 2 and strike out 7. His first trip through the lineup, he was really, really good. He struck out 6 and allowed just a double his first trip through the lineup. But then with 2 outs and nobody on, that's when he ran into trouble in that 3rd inning, gave up a couple of runs as the Braves at that point tied the game at 2-2. Cease would come out during the 5th inning, and we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but the bullpen once again was absolutely stellar. Adrian Morajón, Jeremiah Estrada, Jason Adam, and Robert Suarez combining for 4 2/3 scoreless innings. So the Padres now in 2 games to begin the year, their bullpen has pitched 10 scoreless innings, and they've allowed 1 hit through the first 10 innings of their season. So Padres bullpen keeps up that kind of pace, it will be a very, very good year for that pen. They were terrific once again here tonight, a very big part of this win. Padres scoring a run in each of the first 3 innings, and then it stayed tied 3-3 from the Kelnick home run in the 5th until Jake Cronenworth hit the go-ahead home run in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Let's go downstairs here at Petco Park, and here's some post-game reaction.
Let's pull up a seat in the manager's office and hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt. Served up by Sin Lee Food, where fresh meets flavor. Find farm fresh produce, bold Asian spices, and gourmet ingredients at 4665 El Cajon Boulevard. Sin Lee Food, the cook's Asian resource.
Congrats on another gritty win tonight. Big swing by Jake right there. No secret that he had troubles against lefties last season. So how important of a swing could that be, just sort of setting the tone for him in the season?
Yeah, important for a lot of reasons. You know, you like to another gritty game. Grit squad posted. That's what we do. But, yeah, it was good for Jake. Good at bats against the lefties in spring training. Just like his overall where he's at. Doesn't try to do too much. Just puts a nice, good stroke on it. And big swing for us. Yeah, it's big.
You've beaten a couple pretty good pitchers here, back-to-back. Chris Sale and Lopez. Last year, he was one of the toughest of driving in runs, with runners in scoring position. You guys were able to do that tonight. How happy are you with what the offense has been able to do so far?
I'm very pleased. Good approaches, ready for any and all situations. Toddy started us off emphatically. So that was fun, obviously, and love Bogey in middle of the field. Maldy, big swing, middle of the field. You can say tough pitchers duel. Both teams pitched well. Just another good, clean baseball game and found a way to win it.
Another nice job by the bullpen again tonight, back-to-back nights of getting the job done.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. We don't want to rely on them as much. Morajón was huge. Good news about our guys is they're good against lefties and righties. Morajón's able to come in and, finish out the 5th. Because he's efficient, he can grab the 6th. Estrada efficient in the 7th, and then Jason and Suarez brought it home. Both did a great job. Bullpen's been fantastic.
Home run at the front and the back, but I just wonder your view on the 2 would-be double plays that were beaten out. Obviously, the balls weren't hit hard, but your guys got down the line and brought up Maldonado.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. It's a great point. Something that we emphasize as well, like that effort level yesterday with Toddy in the first. Ground ball to short from Louis, busting his tail, doesn't give him a chance to take a easy out at second base, and ends up being able to come around. Today, guys busting their tail, getting down the line, beating out double plays, keeps the inning alive. Like you said, gets Maldy up there. He was able to get the one more run that we look for.
You spoke about the bullpen. You'd like to not. Obviously, tonight he gave up the homer, but then to get the one out in the 5th, like what was the significance of that?
It's significant. He's looking in. We didn't want to push him too much. when you had to cover the bullpen that we had to cover yesterday, and you're looking at, we had some guys that were going to be down today, and so you got to push somewhere. You got to find out where that looks like, and in an ideal world, Dylan, after the 4 innings, where he's at. He goes out and we know he's on a shorter count, did not want him to get over 95. So that was kind of the number. And, again, Clint put a swing on him, and him able to get Profar there was huge because that 1 out's the big domino instead of Morihone having to grab 2 innings. He was efficient to get through the 5th and be able to go out and get all of the 6, which, we really didn't want to extend Estrada, Adam, or Suarez 1+. So that out was big. They're all big.
I know it's a way you could characterize a lot of guys on this team, but the type of at-bats that Jake has in kind of some big spots, even against a tough guy, even against a lefty, how do you kind of characterize the way he approaches those moments?
Yeah, Jake doesn't make the situation bigger than it is. A lot of our guys have that ability. Again, Jake had a nice year last year for us, but I've really liked just the way he's, his easy demeanor in the box all spring. Just been spraying balls over the ballpark. Just got a really nice stroke. Being able to, righties, lefties, doesn't matter. But, bigger moments, Jake again, doesn't make any bigger. He's going to take a good at bat. He's always prepared, knows what he's going to see, and then doesn't try to do too much in big moments.
Obviously, you've talked about catching being defense first position, but what have you made of the kind of offensive contributions you've gotten from those guys in the first 2 days?
I think it's fantastic. Yeah, we'll take as much as we can get. It's a defense first position, but those guys done a really nice job the last 2 nights defensively, and both have had really, really quality at bats. And, the more production we get throughout our lineup, the better the lineup.
Mike, you mentioned Dylan Cease obviously getting that big out, but just what do you make of his outing as a whole? Quick start, ran into a little bit of trouble, but just big picture, what do you make of his outing tonight?
I thought he was really good. I'm really excited about Dylan. I'm always excited about Dylan for a lot of reasons. So he's got good stuff. But, you look tonight and you're looking at the changeup. We saw in spring training, it shows up in the regular season, something that hitters have to honor with 2+ pitches that, are high velocity pitches with his slider and his fastball. 2-seamer in to be able to protect the inner half part of the plate to keep people off his outer half. So, disruption of timing and creating balance issues for hitters, in and out. Watch out. This guy's filthy.
And Gavin Sheets, big homer last night, first start, has a hard single, 2 long fly balls where he maybe just missed them, then a hard grounder the other way where Allen just makes a great play. Just what are you seeing from him in the box, and what kind of contributions you think he can give you guys this year?
Yeah, he just actually described it, the quality of at-bats. They've been consistent all spring training. He's just had good at-bats. I love the fact that, they're not looking to do – give in to him in a couple moments, and he just stayed patient. He stayed patient. He's hunting what he wants, and he's putting a good swing on it. So, very disciplined approach with a good stroke. It's a deadly combination.
Where did that ball get Suarez? And obviously, he came out of it okay.
Yeah, he finished up. He's going to feel it, but it looks like he got him around the shin, and we're. Thankfully, he got 2 quick outs, and now he's getting treatment. So, we'll see tomorrow. But, looks like at the moment he's going to be okay. Just definitely going to feel it. Nice job of coming back afterwards.
Mike, we've seen some great defense these first 2 games. That play in the 6th inning with Manny going over to Luis, we're used to seeing Manny do the bare hand, but the pick on the other side by Luis was pretty impressive as well. What can you say about the defensive work that he's put in? Because it looked like he made some really nice plays in spring training and is carrying over here in the regular season.
Yeah, well, he's done a nice job. He's got good hands. One of the first things we noticed, he's played in the middle, and he's used to, moving around with his hands and using and getting short hops. But, he's done a really nice job on the pick. He's put a lot of good time into it. Listen, first base is an important position. It allows the other 3 guys to win Gold Gloves too. So, without a good first baseman, it's hard to do that. So, made a great play, and then Louis did his part, and he's done a nice job all spring and into the season. He's a good first baseman.
That was Padres manager Mike Shildt after this 4-3 win for the Padres over the Atlanta Braves in Game 2 of this 4-game series. Sam Levitt back with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building at Petco Park as we continue to wrap this one up. Let's touch on a handful of things here that Mike Shildt discussed there. Number 1, Fernando Tatis Jr. It's almost easy to forget, not that you forget any Fernando home run per se, but easy to forget in a game that had a lot go on after it. Easy to forget the leadoff home run in the very first pitch of the game. Fernando taking Reynaldo Lopez, very good right-hander deep. Very first pitch he saw, whacks one out to left just like that. Snap of your fingers, Padres had a 1-0 lead. And I would be shocked if Fernando is not back in that leadoff spot tomorrow. I thought it was interesting today to see Fernando in that leadoff spot against a right-hander. I don't know how much yesterday had to do with it or not, if that was always the plan to have him hit leadoff in game 2 of this season against a right-hander. But meanwhile, he had 3 hits yesterday out of the leadoff spot, a leadoff home run here tonight. And that is the beauty of Fernando leading off. Not only can he hit for extra bases, get on base, steal a base, score a run, but first batter of the game, there's immediate run on the board potential because he's hit 12 leadoff home runs in his career and he has not always hit leadoff. So the beauty of Fernando Tatis Jr. really is he's a hitter who profiles to so many different spots in your lineup. He could hit second, he could hit third, he could hit cleanup, but he also is a very dynamic guy to have at the very top of the lineup. So I would imagine the Padres will keep him there for the time being because it's working. You've won a couple of games, and as we know, Fernando just offers a lot to the very top of your lineup. He really, really does. A couple of notes on the bullpen. It has been super impressive so far. Padres, as a pen, have now thrown 10 scoreless innings to begin the season. They've allowed only 1 hit in those 10 innings. And we talked about it a little bit earlier. Yesterday, Padres are down 1, 4-3. They keep it a 1-run deficit. That sets up the 4-run 7th inning in yesterday's game. And here tonight, it was a 3-3 game from the time Kelnick hit the home run against Cease in the 5th inning to tie the game at 3 until the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that allowed Jake Cronenworth to give the Padres the lead with 1 swing leading off the 8th inning. So the bullpen between Morejon, Estrada, Adam, and Suarez, they combined for 4 2/3 scoreless innings tonight. They did a terrific job. Padres don't win these first couple of games of the year without the work of this pen, bottom line. So they did an outstanding job once again. And I think it was a really interesting point that Mike Shildt discussed there in the postgame. Not only is it the effectiveness of the bullpen, but the ability for guys to span multiple innings. And this is something that we saw Mike Shildt go to a lot early last year, and he was very aggressive to do it even early in the year. Have guys go through up-downs. And what I mean by that, let's take Adrian Morejon, for example, in the 5th inning. Comes in, replaces Dylan Cease, quickly, efficiently gets the 2 outs in the 5th inning to complete the frame, then comes back out for the 6th inning, works around a leadoff walk, strands a runner at third base, and keeps the game tied at 3 with a scoreless 6th inning. So Morejon ends the 5th, pitches the entire 6th, inning and 2/3 scoreless, and that sets up Estrada and Adam and Suarez to take care of the final 3 innings. We saw this even more yesterday. Alec Jacob pitched the 3rd and the 4th. Yuki Matsui finished the 4th, pitched the entire 5th, and then ends up getting the first out of the 6th inning as well. Jeremiah Estrada finishes the 6th inning and then completes the 7th inning, or I should say gets 1 out in the 7th inning, but, has an up-down in there. So the ability of this bullpen this early in the year to span multiple innings, to give a little length, it's really big, really, really important. Now, tomorrow for the bullpen will be interesting because you would imagine this early in the year the Padres are unlikely to pitch guys 3 days in a row. That would be my bet. So who are the guys who have pitched back-to-back days already? Well, Jason Adams, one of them. Jeremiah Estrada is one of them. So the Padres tomorrow could be without their top 2 setup right-handed relievers. They got Randy Vasquez on the mound tomorrow, so it's going to be incumbent on Randy tomorrow to, at bare minimum, give the Padres a little length because they may be without Adam and Estrada. I would imagine they will be tomorrow. Now, the good news, they didn't use Yuki Matsui tonight. They didn't use Alec Jacob. They didn't use Wandy Peralta. So your bullpen at some point this year will probably be in even worse shape than it is right now. But again, I would imagine that Adam and Estrada are unavailable tomorrow. But hey, you know what? If you're going to use the bullpen like the Padres have had to use it the first 2 games of the season, you might as well win the games. And that's what they've done, so you'll take it. How about Martin Maldonado? And the Padres catchers offensively the first 2 games of this season. All the doubters out there. Well, Elias Diaz had 2 hits on opening day yesterday. Martin Maldonado has a 2-out RBI single in the 2nd inning to make it 2-0 here tonight. Then has another single in the 4th inning. Maldonado at one point was 2 for 2 in this game. So for all the talk about the Padres not getting anything out of their catching spot offensively, they've got 4 hits in the first 2 games of the season. So Elias and Maldi say take that. How about Jackson Merrill? The 2-run single yesterday against Chris Sale in the 1st inning, 2-strike, 2-out single. Unbelievably impressive turn at the plate for Jackson Merrill. Has 4 RBIs on opening day yesterday. And then Jackson Merrill here tonight, what does he do? Game 2 of the season, 3 hits, 3 for 4 with a run scored. So he has 4 hits already, 4 RBIs, sitting .571 through 2 games. And it's more of the same. I mean, you want to talk about really good things that we've seen in the first couple of games of this season. The fact that Jackson Merrill has seemingly picked up right where he left off, that is right up there on the list. That is great to see. Long way to go. We got 160 more of these left in 2025, but that's great to see. So bottom line is the first 2 games of this season, you have to really like what you've seen. And I said it last night. I'll say it again here tonight. In an overarching sense, what you really, really like about the first 2 games of 2025 is that this team has looked much like it looked last year. This was the same kind of game they'd win a lot last year. Tie game, you're looking for one big hit, one big swing. You're looking for your bullpen to either hold the deficit or keep a game tied, and they find a way to win it, no matter really what happens. And they find a way to have that big moment. And tonight, Jake Cronenworth had that moment in the 8th inning. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We will take your phone calls. Phone number is always 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Would love to hear from you on this Friday night as the Padres win it 4-3 at Petco Park. Our post-game coverage continues after this. Welcome back to our post-game coverage here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score here tonight, the Padres 4 and the Braves 3. Sam Levitt with you inside the Western Metal Building here at Petco Park on our Jamul Casino Resort Padres post-game show. Jake Cronenworth, a go-ahead solo home run to lead off the 8th inning against left-hander Dylan Lee. We played Jake Cronenworth's interview down on the field earlier in the show. If you missed it, we'll revisit it one more time in our next segment. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll hear our play of the game coming up a little bit later as well. But as always, on our post-game coverage, and if you're just tuning in for the first time this season, we want to hear from you. Phone number to call, 833-288-0973. Again, the phone number, 833-288-0973. If you would rather get involved on social media, you can do that as well. You can X at me, tweet at me, X at me, whatever the kids are saying these days. You get my drift. At Sammy Lev, SAMMYLEV. Instagram DMs open as well. Sammy Lev there too, SAMMYLEV. If you're watching on YouTube, hello to everybody watching on YouTube. You can comment in the comment section, and we may just read your tweet or your X or your Instagram DM or your YouTube comment live here on the air. And you can also find me on TikTok at Sammy Levitt, SAMMYLEVITT. But right now, let's go to the phones. We begin tonight with Eric on a Friday night in San Diego. Eric, you're on the Padres Radio Network. Go ahead.
Hello, Sam. Good evening. I just wanted to touch on a few things. You've covered them all. Dylan Cease, 6 strikeouts through the first time through the order, and then Marhone coming in doing an excellent job. And then one thing I wanted to comment on was Tatis as a leadoff hitter. I mean, I think he's our most exciting player, and he brings the most energy, especially with a start like that. And it is a long season. We all know that. But series by series, I think is how we need to approach this. And as of right now, I think we've had the start that we all hope for. Thank you for taking the call, Sam.
Yeah, Eric, you got it. It's a great start. 2 wins in 2 games. You can't ask for more. And we've talked about it before. I talked about it during spring training a handful of times that it would just be nice for this team to get off to a really good start. They didn't do that last year. They were hovering around 500 at the All-Star break. We know they didn't do that in 2023. They did do it in 2022. But it would be nice to get off to a hot start. Now, 2-0 is not a start. The start is probably the first month and a half, 2 months. You look at that kind of time frame. But 2 games in, again, the thing I really like is that they've looked like last year's team in the regular season before the final couple of games against the Dodgers. I mean, they've looked like last year's team, which I consider a good thing. They've shown some grit. They've shown some toughness. They've shown the ability to come back. The bullpen's been very, very good. They've shown the ability to rise to the big moment, find the big swing. All very good things. I agree with you on Fernando hitting leadoff. I think he's got to stay there right now. And just to touch on Dylan Cease, because we haven't talked about Cease's outing a ton. The final line, 4 innings and a third, 3 earned runs, 93 pitches in less than 5 innings. It's not going to look stellar. But I don't know it was as, I don't want to say as bad, but as rough as maybe the line would indicate. It's not like he gave up 7 runs in 4 1/3. He gave up 3. But you look at the way the game started, struck out 6 his first time through the order. He had in the third 2 outs and nobody on, then gives up a single. And this is the part of the outing that really hurt Dylan. Gives up a single, but then he walks Riley, he walks Olsen to load the bases, and that sets up the cleanup man, Marcell Ozuna, to come up with a 2-run single, tie the game at 2. So if Dylan is just sharper to finish that third, it really could have been a very, very different outing for Dylan Cease, because maybe he gets through that third really quickly and he's cruising from there. After that stretch of batters in the third where he allowed the 2-out single, couple of 2-out walks, and a 2-run single to Ozuna, he gave up the home run to Kelenic in the 5th inning, a solo home run. Solo home runs aren't going to kill you. it really, you really look at it, it was that span of 4 batters in the third. Other than that, he was really pretty good here tonight, and he got off to a nice start. Struck out 6 his first trip through the lineup for Atlanta. So hopefully some things to take out of this for Dylan Cease. Not his best start, but certainly I thought he was probably a little bit better than what the final line would indicate. Let's go to Mario calling in. Mario, you're on the Padres radio network. Go ahead.
Hey, Sam, good evening, man. What a nice game. What a nice couple of games. But, yeah, my thing is I enjoy listening to the callers and stuff and calling myself. But, yeah, it's a long season. We just got to keep grinding. I like all the acquisitions and, just being a Padres fan and, staying faithful is all that matters. And, I send out a shout-out to all the fans that were at the games and supported the Padres. And, yeah, man, let's keep looking forward to the upcoming games.
All right, Mario, good call. I'm with you. Keep it rolling. Let's go to Josh calling in. Josh, you're on the Padres radio network. Go ahead.
Hey, Sammy, it's little Jackson.
Hi, Jackson.
Hello. You met me at spring training.
I remember. Very nice.
Yeah. I was glad to hear you on the fan for the last 2 days.
Well, Jackson, I appreciate you tuning in. What'd you think of the game tonight? Pretty good win, huh?
Yeah, pretty good win.
What'd you like best about it? You like that Cronenworth home run?
I'd say probably the leadoff Tatis home run.
Oh, okay. That's a great choice. I mean, that was exciting. I mean, there aren't many guys who can do that on the first pitch, right, Jackson? He's pretty special.
Yeah.
All right, Jackson. Well, I appreciate the phone call. Thank you for calling in. Call in anytime, my friend, okay? Okay, that's Jackson. Good job by Jackson. Thank you for calling in, Jackson. Squeeze in one more here before we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Let's go to Kathy. Kathy, you're on our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show here tonight. Go ahead.
Hey, Sammy. I'm just so happy baseball's back. I've missed it so much. And just being able to watch and listen to the game the last couple of days has just been great. And I'm looking forward to being able to come down to the games this season. And I can't wait because this is going to be a great year. And I'm so looking forward to this team this year.
Kathy, I'm with you. Hey, it's good to have baseball back, right? Win or lose. Now, it's even sweeter when you get a couple of wins to begin the season. But it's good to have baseball back. It's good to get into a rhythm here. And Kathy, as always, appreciate the phone call. Appreciate you tuning in. But it's great to have it back. And the Padres through 2 games, albeit we got a long way to go. It's been pretty nice so far. Really, really nice couple of wins for the Padres to begin 2025. Again, we'll take more of your phone calls, 833-288-0973. We will hear our play of the game coming up a little bit later. We'll also revisit my post-game conversation with Jay Cronenworth. But before we do all that, let's take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard.
Let's take a trip around the bigs to highlight the scores that matter most with our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Jensen Premium Beef Patties. Always a hit for grilling.
Everything has gone final on this Friday across the major leagues. Rays earlier today in Tampa beat the Rockies 3-2. Cameron Misner hit a walk-off home run for Tampa Bay in that one. They played that game at the Yankees spring training facility, George M. Steinbrenner Field. Remember, the Rays are playing there all year at a spring training ballpark because of the damage to Tropicana Field from Hurricane Milton back in the fall. But the Rays get off to a nice start in Tampa, 3-2 over the Rockies on a walk-off home run. Blue Jays beat the Orioles 8-2 in Toronto. Pirates beat the Marlins 4-3 in Miami. O'Neal Cruz, a 2-run home run in that game for the Pirates. Rangers beat the Red Sox 4-1 in Arlington. Jonah Heim, a couple of home runs in that game for Texas. Mets beat the Astros in Houston 3-1. Juan Soto hit his first home run as a New York Met. Diamondbacks beat the Cubs 8-1 in Arizona. Eugenio Suarez, a couple of home runs in that game for Arizona. A's beat the Mariners 7-0 in Seattle. Max Muncy, Luis Urias hit a couple of home runs in that game for the A's. And finally, in 10 innings, the Dodgers go on to beat the Tigers 8-5 up in LA at Dodger Stadium. And that's a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Friday night. When we return, we'll hear our play of the game. We'll also revisit my post-game conversation with Jay Cronenworth. If you want to squeeze a phone call in, you can at 833-288-0973. Final totals, well, not the final totals. Final score here tonight, Padres 4 and the Braves 3. Our post-game coverage continues after this on the Padres Radio Network. Welcome back to the Jamul Casino Resort post-game show, brought to you by the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place. Sam Levitt with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building at Petco Park as the Padres win it here tonight. Final score of 4-3. Jake Cronenworth, the hero here tonight. And why was he the hero? Well, let's hear tonight's play of the game.
The line between winning and losing can be razor thin. Which play was the difference between victory and defeat? This is today's play of the game, presented by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
1-0, Cronenworth hits it high and deep to right field. Kelnick's going back. He's at the wall. Looks up. It's going to go! Jake Cronenworth with a go-ahead home run leading off in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Padres are back ahead. It's 4-3.
Lefty on lefty, Jake Cronenworth on a 1-0 pitch. Got a slider, got all of it, sent it into the right field seats. His first home run of the season gave the Padres a 4-3 lead, and they go on to win by that final score here tonight. Cronenworth providing tonight's play of the game. If you want to squeeze a final phone call in, you can at 833-288-0973. Again, 288-0973 if you have a reaction to Jake's home run or anything else from this 4-3 win. But before we do all that, let's hear from the man himself, the hero of tonight's game. Here is my conversation with Jake on the field after tonight's win. Jake, bottom half of the 8th inning, a tie game, lefty on lefty. You get ahead 1-0. How were you able to get that one out?
Yeah, I think, information the guys told me the inning before, just how the pitch is moving, and I think seeing them yesterday helped as well.
Another sold-out crowd. How would you describe having that kind of moment in front of this crowd here tonight?
Yeah, it's just awesome to be back with the fans, and, they show up for us, and, we try to do that for them.
As far as this team early on, 2 games to come from behind yesterday, break a tie in the 8th inning today, close wins, a lot like what we saw last year. What is the key to winning those types of games?
I think it's just the way we're playing, man. We're being aggressive on the base pass, balls in dirt. Guys are having really, really good at-bats, putting the ball in play. We're moving runners and playing really good defense.
Finally, the bullpen once again, scoreless. How good is it to have a pen like that?
Yeah, man. I mean, they've been doing an incredible job yesterday. I had to come in early, and some of those guys that threw yesterday came in today and also did a great job. So, you just got to win by 1, and that's what we did.
Jake, awesome moment here tonight. Thanks so much.
Thanks, man.
That was Jake Cronenworth after tonight's game and his big go-ahead home run in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Some very memorable moments through the first 2 games of this season, whether you want to talk about the Gavin Sheets home run in the 7th inning yesterday, or you want to talk about the Cronenworth home run in the 8th inning here tonight. As always, if you missed any portion of our post-game coverage here on the Padres Radio Network, on our Jamul Casino Resort Padres post-game show, you can go back and listen to any or all of it on the Inside San Diego Baseball podcast feed available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts. And if you're somebody who likes to consume their content on YouTube, well, good news for you. Our post-game coverage in full is always available on the 97.3 The Fan YouTube channel as well. And a special shout out to all the people watching on YouTube here tonight and throughout this 2025 season. Taking a look ahead to tomorrow, it'll be Game 3 of a 4-game series between the Padres and the Braves. First pitch tomorrow at 4:15 p.m. In fact, it's 4:15 tomorrow, 4:10 for the series finale on Sunday. Pitching matchup tomorrow, right-hander Randy Vasquez will make his season debut for the Padres against right-hander Spencer Schwellenbach on the mound for Atlanta. Again, first pitch tomorrow at 4:15, and we'll be on the air with our Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show at 3:15 from right here inside the loft at the Western Metal Building here at Petco Park, the newly renovated loft. And I must say, everybody's having a great time here at the loft. This place was packed yesterday. It was packed tonight. People here after the game. The rooftop looks great. So if you've not checked out the newly renovated loft, the rooftop really is something to see. They've done a very, very nice job inside this facility here in the Western Metal Building. So a lot of good stuff, and you can find me here. You can come say hi. So please do swing by during this first homestand or whenever during the course of this season. Taking a look at the final totals here tonight for the Padres: 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left on 7. For the Braves, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left on 6. Winning pitcher tonight, Jason Adam, who pitched a scoreless 8th inning. He improves to 1-0. Losing pitcher was Dylan Lee, who drops to 0-1. Lee gave up the home run to Cronenworth in the 8th inning, and the save goes to Robert Suarez, his second of the year, his second in as many days to begin the season. Time of game here tonight, 2 hours and 34 minutes, and the crowd at Petco Park, the second sellout of the season through 2 games, 41,058, the attendance on a Friday night here in downtown San Diego. Once again, first pitch tomorrow at 4:15. Our pregame coverage begins at 3:15. Until then, for our great studio coordinator, Jeff Hamby, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long and good night from Petco Park. Again, the final score, the San Diego Padres 4 and the Atlanta Braves 3. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network. Have a great night, everybody.